Hello everyone, welcome back to channel 72, welcome back for another video on the channel. We're sticking with the prediction theme again this week. We've done League 1, we've done League 2, we're now focusing on the Sky Bet Championship. Probably the strongest division at this level that we've had in quite some time, with the clubs coming down from the Premier League, the clubs stagnating here, and the clubs coming up from League 1 as well. So after you have finished with this championship preview, please do go out and check out the League 1 and League 2 predictions and have a watch of those. Also, if you are just a general EFL head, if you wouldn't mind just going over and checking out that League 1 podcast, a new podcast that me and three other friends have decided to start. Really intrigued to see how that gets on. But enough waffling about, let's get on to the 1 to 24s, starting in last place. Last place then I've awarded to Huddersfield Town. Now I'm not really impressed with the signings of Maxwell and Edwards. Doesn't seem to fill me with a lot of confidence. Warnock, although he is a wily old fox at keeping teams in the division, came into Huddersfield to do just that and achieved it. I have a feeling it's all going to go sour for Huddersfield this year and they're going to end up back in League 1. So for me, Town in 24th. So joining Huddersfield in Sky Bet League 1, I'm going to go for QPR. Ainsworth has had a really tough time of it since arriving back at Loftus Road. Not really liked any of the recruitment either. I just don't know if they're going to have enough in the tank. So for me, I'm going to go for QPR to be relegated in 23rd. The last of the relegated teams then, I'm going to go for newly promoted Sheffield Wednesday. Now everything seemed happy as Larry when they got promoted last season at Wembley. Darren Moore was a cult hero, everything was going well. Well, since then he's left the football club. They've appointed a new manager, Isco Munoz. Not too sure how he's going to get on. I do like the signing of Deshaun Bernard. They've obviously got a great core together from what got promoted with 96 points last season, but I just worry that if they're going to struggle to jump up to the Championship. So I think Wednesday are going to be coming straight back down in 22nd. 21st then, I have gone for Cardiff City. Now, recent signings of Aaron Ramsey and Josh Bowler have just about swayed my mind for the Bluebirds. They do have an untested manager and I have put teams down in other leagues for having this, but I think Ramsey, and if you get the bowler of 21 at 22, I think Cardiff are going to be just about okay. Carlin Grant also guarantees goals at this level, so I think the Bluebirds are just about going to stay up, just about. In 20th then, I've gone for Matty Taylor's Rotherham United. I think they're going to be happy that I've got them to stay up in their second season back in the Championship. It's proved to be a difficult sticking point for them since returning to the second tier. I'm basing this purely on the pre-season game that I saw on Saturday. I know it's pre-season, but they were really impressive. Rathbone, Cafu, Hugill, all really looking good. Andre Green has come into the football club recently as well. I think they're going to do all right. I think they're just about going to have enough in the bag. I think Matty Taylor's a great upcoming manager as well. So Rotherham to stay up just in 20th. 19th, then I've gone for Preston North End. Again, I like the manager, Ryan Lowe, a fantastic manager, but can't help but think that he overachieved last season. I worry about this football club having an injury crisis. I feel like they've not got a lot of depth behind the starting 11. I'm intrigued to see Will Keane and Jack Watmore joining from Wigan Athletic. I think they're both good pickups. Calvin Ramsey, of course, is an unknown quantity, but Liverpool seem to have their trust in him. So really intrigued to see how he does. But I think that North End, are going to struggle this year in 19th. In 18th then, I've gone for Watford. I just feel like they are stagnating in the Championship a little bit. Some of the additions have been very good. Reece Healy is someone that I've seen since he played at MK Dons. Really liked him there. Jamal Lewis, obviously, were big things were expected of him whilst he was at Norwich. Not quite worked out at Newcastle. And Tom Ince, kind of a good signing, I think, for 50 grand. I think you would take the punt on him. But just for me, Watford are a victim of the league getting stronger, and I think ultimately they're going to finish in 18th. 17th, I've gone for Nigel Pearson's Bristol City. I think they've made some really good additions in Rob Dickey and Jason Knight. This all sort of depends on whether Alex Scott is in the building or Alex Scott is not in the building. They could get significant transfer funds from that deal. I also think that Conway is going to have a good season output-wise. I think that they're going to be just fine. Anis Mehmeti is someone that I'm excited for as well. So for me, I think Bristol City are going to have a roller coaster season and end in 17th. 16th, I've gone for Sky Bet League One champions Plymouth Argyle. They were exceptional last time out, and they've been able to add to their squad really smartly as well. Steven Schumacher is a fantastic young manager, had 2 very good full seasons in charge of Argyle. They've brought back Whittaker and Barley Mumba as well. Finazaz has come back on a season-long loan as well, so the good vibes are down there at Home Park. I think they're going to take to the Championship like a duck to water, so for me, Argyle are going to stay up comfortably in the Championship. A place above Argyle in 15th, I have gone for Norwich City. Now, David Wagner is a great coach. I think though that Norwich are a project to look out for next season rather than this. I like the additions of Jack Stacey. Ashley Barnes will most likely score goals at this level, but again, similar to Watford, I just think there's too much quality in this league to put them any higher. So for me, the Canaries not going to like this, but in 15th. In 14th then, it's another former Premier League side in West Bromwich Albion. Now, Carlos Corberán is a manager that I really like. However, I don't think they've done a great amount of business. Josh Maja is a great player, I think, although he did have attitude problems at Sunderland, so it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. I do like Corberán though, as I said, from his time at Huddersfield, but I think West Brom are going to finish in 14th. 13th, and I've gone for Birmingham City. Now, obviously with the takeover being complete a matter of days ago, I think it's a lot of good vibes going on at St Andrews. Really think the recruitment has been good. Whilst they have lost Chong and Joe Bellingham, obviously massive losses for the football club, I think of some of the players that have come in. Ethan Laird, a very steady Championship player. Bielik as well. Sariki Dembele is going to be a lot of fun. I think the Blues fans are really going to enjoy his output this year. So I think Birmingham are going to show signs of progression this season. I'm going to have them in 13th. Entering the top half, I've gone for Hull City in 12th. Liam Rosenior is a coach that I've really rated since his time at Derby County. Got to look at that squad very close up when we played them last season in League One at the start of the year. I like some of the signings as well. Liam Delap hasn't cut it at a few Championship clubs before. Aaron Connolly come in today as well. And Ruben Vinagre, obviously really good player for Wolves, now gone to Sporting Lisbon, so that'll be interesting to see how they get on. But I've got the Tigers to finish in 12th. 11th then, I've gone for Gary Rowett's Millwall. Now I know this is a slight drop off over the last couple of years. However, I feel the key to Millwall's season is to keep Zian Fleming. I know there has been rumours of Burnley floating around, so if they can keep him, they could well be knocking on the door for the playoffs once again. I think they're a really good football club, good set of supporters. However, I just think they're going to finish in 11th this season. Into the top 10, then I have gone for Stoke City to finish in 10th. I think their recruitment has been overall pretty handy. McNally has come in recently on loan from Burnley, but they've also brought in the likes of Ender Stevens, Pearson, Travers as well. They've all been promoted out of this division before, and I think that's going to give Stoke, who have recently struggled in this level, a bit more experience towards the top end of the pitch. I think also Wesley, obviously he's coming from Aston Villa. He was one of the hot shots in European football when he was at Club Brugge, so that's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to the Championship. I think he could be really useful alongside Jacob Brown and Tyrese Campbell as well. So for me, Stoke in 10th. In 9th, I've gone for Blackburn Rovers. Now, there is a whole lot of controversy surrounding the manager, whether he's going to stay in place. I also think the loss of Brereton Diaz and Bradley Dack could prove fatal. Kaminsky as well looks set to join Luton Town. However, I think Blackburn are trusting in the youth. They've got the likes of Travis, they've got the likes of the Wharton brothers stepping up and making senior appearances. So I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to challenge for the playoffs, but finish in 9th. In 8th, I've gone for last year's playoff finalist Coventry City. It's always difficult coming back after losing a playoff final. However, I think Coventry are going to make a good fist of it. Ellis Sims is someone that I've seen on loan at Blackpool, who tore up League One at that level. I think he's going to do pretty well at this level. Obviously, they've lost Victor Gyökeres. His goals and output was so key in them finishing in the top 6 last season, but they have got a hefty fee for him. They've added a couple, like I say, Sims. Bobby Thomas also had a good year at Bristol Rovers and Barnsley in the division below. So I think that Coventry will finish in 8th. In 7th then, and just missing out on the top 6, I have gone for one of the new boys in Leeds United. I really like Leeds. I think they've got a lot of good players on the books. Meslier is still on the books. They have loaned out a lot of Premier League quality though, which kind of hints at maybe not making the top 6. But Ethan Ampadu is a really good start to the transfer window. Darlow as well has come in from Newcastle. So some really good signings to start off with. I think they're going to be alright, Leeds. I think that the league is a lot stronger than when they left it, so they might struggle a bit to adapt, but I think they're going to push for the playoffs and come 7th. Into the top 6 then, I think you're going to find a bit of a form with the next 6. Into the top 6 then, I think you're going to find a bit of a pattern emerging with these 6 clubs. In 6th, I've gone for Swansea City. Now, the biggest reason being so Michael Duff. Really rated him at Cheltenham, really rated him at Barnsley. Unlucky to not get promoted last season. I think they've got a very good front pairing with Yates and Pirot as well. If he stays, he's there at the moment. And they've also got Carl Rushworth, who was on loan at Lincoln City last season, was excellent and absolutely deserved the step up to the Championship. I think he'll be great for Swansea and the way that they play football. So for me, I think Swansea are going to come 6th. In 5th then, I have gone really big on the Tractor Boys, Ipswich Town, to finish in the Sky Bet Championship playoffs. Again, manager Kieran McKenna, a fantastic manager, one of the best outside of the Premier League. Had Ipswich playing as a Championship club for the second half of last season. They were so relentless, winning. It got into a really good habit. Some really clever additions. Hurst has come back. Couple that with the signings they already made in League One last year, I think they're going to be excellent. I think this Ipswich side are better than the Sunderland side that got promoted the year before. So it would be only fair to put Ipswich in the top 6. So for me, Ipswich in 5th. In 4th, I've gone for another club whose manager I absolutely adore. I've gone for Middlesbrough. Michael Carrick came into the football club. They were near the bottom of the Championship and completely turned them around. Plays a really good style of football, made some really good signings. They've tapped into a market. Not a lot of Championship clubs have done so in the A-League. Got friends out there who are telling me all about these new players that are coming from Australia. Morgan Rogers as well, I think is going to be a pretty handy signing. He had a loan spell with Lincoln a couple of years ago. Really rated him in our promotion push out of League One. I think now that he's settled at Middlesbrough, he's going to perform really well, and I think he's going to do exceptionally well for Middlesbrough next year. So for me, Borough in 4th. In 3rd, I've gone for Sunderland. Now, obviously, they didn't perhaps perform as well as they would have liked to in both the playoff semi-finals last season against Luton. I think they're going to hold that close to their chest, and I think they're going to push on this season. Some really interesting signings, signing people from all across the world. There's a lad from PSV coming. There's a lad from Benfica coming as well. Nathan Bishop has been confirmed today as a backup goalkeeper. He's an excellent goalkeeper from a loan spell at Mansfield. So I think that Sunderland are going to do really well this year. I think they're going to definitely be challenging for the top 2. I don't think they're just going to make it. I think the other 2 clubs that I've got have got financial power over Sunderland, but I think they're going to do well and finish in 3rd. No surprise then that I have got a relegated Premier League top 2. In 2nd, I have gone for Southampton. I think that the fact that they still have Ward-Prowse and Lavia at the football club at the time of recording is a bit of a joke. There's been lots of Premier League interest in both of those. If they were both to leave, I grant that, but there is also the likelihood that they're going to command nearly £100 million for those 2 players. Russ Martin as well, a manager that I really like. I think he got all the supporters on the same page at MK Dons and then at Swansea City. A really good pickup from them. And Ryan Manning as well, probably the best free agent left back, which is an area that they needed to address. They've got Premier League quality all over that squad, and I think they're going to come 2nd and go straight back to the Premier League. So my champions are going to be Leicester City. Now they've got a squad that oozes Premier League quality at this minute in time. They've also commanded big fees for the likes of James Maddison and Harvey Barnes into the Premier League. I really like the look of Mavididi, Cody and Wink should also bring class to their side. I think they're going to have a lot of really good players as well. Dewsbury Hall is really interesting. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Jamie Vardy gets on in the second tier, but I think Leicester are going to add yet another trophy to their collection. I think they're going to win the Sky Bet Championship. There you go then, that is my Championship 1 to 24. Let me know how you think I got on, considering the Championship is not my strongest league. Please let me know your 1 to 24s in the comment section down below. If I've got your football club entirely wrong, please let me know as well. It's only a bit of fun. But thank you for watching. It's been much appreciated. Really enjoyed that. If you could like, comment and subscribe, and make sure that you tick that notification bell to make sure that you never miss another Channel 72 video. So yeah, until next time, we'll see you later.